When to use a buyer's agent. If you're considering investing in property and a buyer's agent has come across your mind, don't use one until these things are applicable to you. Now, some of them or all of them may come up, but if these things are resonating with you, then it may be a sign a buyer's agent can definitely help. Firstly, time poor. If you're time poor, then a buyer's agent may be the right fit for you. Imagine how many properties, inspections, data, breaking all this down. The time that can fly is huge. Now, if you're a busy professional, busy with family, social life, and hobbies, time can be a massive one. If you're sick of missing out, sometimes you may have the time, but you've really just been going for properties again and again and again, and you've been missing out again and again and again. And as a result, you've really become frustrated, but this could also bring up certain emotions on your journey, which could mean you might end up paying more for something as a result of that feeling, or you may totally just give up, unsure of where to start. Now, if you're investing in property, some people are aware that investing across the country can give you a huge benefit. But if you don't know where to start, or if you're unfamiliar with these places, then all of a sudden, this can really put you into a state of paralysis by analysis. Regards to confidence with your research, data, and analytics. Yes, you might see one data point and you might say, well, supply is low here, but then are you aware of how to look at the indicators to see if demand's actually high? What about if you saw that, hey, people have great incomes, but then what if you saw that property prices are way more expensive and actually not too relative or in line with incomes? So there's so many different data points, and the number one mistake people make is actually look at a certain data point in isolation. And that's why people do outsource or use buyer's agents when there's so much research or data to look at. You're worried about buying the wrong property. If you're worried about buying the wrong property, using professional support to give you that guidance or confidence can be huge, because you may only buy properties once or twice, or maybe a few more times in your lifetime before considering an expert, but then this professional may be using a property or buying a property many times throughout their career. Relationships. Now, buyer's agents have access to properties not listed online because they've time and time again built relationships with agents. Now, from these relationships, there might be vendors in a sticky situation and they might want to get rid of something very quickly, even before it hits the market. You may not even actually have money to pay for marketing. Sometimes you have to be careful though with the off markets, because they may have unrealistic or high vendor expectations. But nonetheless, using these relationships, using this familiarity with locations that are abroad, and also using these contacts to get you access to more property can be very profitable if done right. Your confidence with buying. Now, you may have bought your home, but buying an investment property can be totally different. And that lack of confidence could make you question so many decisions, which could lead to so many other problems. You don't have a clear strategy or research process. If you're not able to even clearly define what you would do to find a good deal and the steps that you would take, then really you're leaving it up to guesswork and your gut feeling. That's where the research process, that is a step-by-step process to take, can actually be very powerful. And of course, a strategy to go with it, which is where a buyer's agent can help. You have no serious property negotiation experience. If you're actually just, saying that you're a good negotiator and other things in life, it may not always come across with property. It's very different in terms of what agents like to hear, don't like to hear, communication with them, and through experience of practicing this time and time again, this has come out as a strength of buyer's agents. But what's more important than negotiation is actually understanding and determining the real value. Because sometimes the agents may, list the campaign pretty short, or they might go long, or they might have a right price guide. And if you're constantly trying to negotiate heaps off it, you may miss out on some of those strategies because they don't align with your negotiation strategy. These are just some of the many points that exist when it comes to using a buyer's agent. And if any of these have resonated with you, then it may mean that a buyer's agent could be a right fit to help you. If none of these are of impact to you, perhaps I wouldn't consider using one and may go on that journey on your own. That's it from us here at InvestorKit, the experts in wealth creation, helping you take action.